Lovely, lovely rendition of our national anthem. We're ready for first pitch here at Slammers Stadium. What do you say, everybody? Hello and welcome to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN, as well as the Florence Radio Network. I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Rory Tettemer. It's the series opener of a four-game series between the Florence and the Joliet Slammers. First four-game series of the season. Florence tomorrow will be playing in a doubleheader. That is a remake of the last time we were here in Joliet in June. Florence opening up today, 26 and 26. The Slammers on the other side, 23 and 29. Second to last for the Slammers in the Midwest West Division. Florence still in third place and somehow still clinging to a spot at 500 in the playoff race. They are about a game ahead of Schaumburg, so just barely in that playoff spot. Schaumburg about 2 games below 500. Florence is even at 500 for the first time since May 29th. After being swept at home against Washington, Florence enters this on a 3-game skid and will hope to scratch that here today in Joliet, a team that has had their number, technically a sweep of 2 games the last time these two faced. Right-handed pitcher Eric Turner will be on the mound for the Slammers. Let's take a look at the Y'all's lineup that'll greet him. Kind of back to a lineup that we were used to prior to these last 6 games. It's the leadoff man in center field, Tyler Schoenfeld. Batting second, the second baseman, Brett Blomquist. In the 3 slot, the captain, Hank Zeisler, over at first. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Garrett Broussard. Over in the 5 slot still will be the right fielder, Brendan Bobo. Batting 6th, the designated hitter, Zade Richardson. In the 7 slot, the left fielder, Jackson Tucker. Batting 8th, the shortstop, Dylan Baker. And in the 9 spot doing the catching will be Zach Beadle. Beadle's 3rd game in a row catching. Broussard staying in that cleanup spot that moves Bobo and Richardson down. It's the lowest Richardson has really been this season in the 6 slot. But, I mean, who's going to complain when Garrett Broussard another 3-hit day yesterday? He had 5 hits in the series against Washington. A series where Florence didn't have much offense at all, so they will keep things very similar in that, then give Rushford, Brodell, and Harbison some days off. Tyler Schoenfeld will dig in, the lefty against the right-handed pitcher, Eric Turner. For the Joliet Slammers, first pitch from the stretch. He's in there for a strike at 6:36, just a minute behind. 6:36 Central, 7:36 Eastern. Appreciate you guys all tuning in to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN, or the Florence Y'all's Radio Network on our YouTube stream for some Friday night Y'all's baseball. That one misses downstairs, 1-1. Eric Turner, if you guys remember last year, he was actually with Schaumburg, then came over in a trade to Windy City, so was underneath the helm of Toby Hall last year at the end of the season. That one's fouled away. 0-2 record with Windy City and an 8.53 ERA in 2025. With Schaumburg, much better. 7-2 with a 5.67 ERA across 16 games and 15 starts. 79 and a third innings pitched. 2026 with Joliet so far this season. Pretty good season. 2-2 record, 4.69 ERA. That's 10 starts, 48 innings pitched. Picked up 37 Ks to 26 walks. 6.9 K per 9. A 1-2 count to the center fielder today. Schoenfeld foul tip into the glove of the catcher. First strikeout for Eric Turner. That'll bring up the All-Star and Brett Blomquist, starting All-Star second baseman. We are getting eerily close. This is the last series before the All-Star break. Florence just been in a little bit of a slump as of late, dropping 5 of their last 7 series. You would definitely think that they need to get to that All-Star break and do just that. Get some days off of their feet and take that break before we head into the second half of the season. First pitch was in there for a strike to Blomquist. 89 miles per hour, 22.65 on the spin rate on the fastball. 0-1, Blomquist pops it foul behind home plate and out of play. Down 0-2. Misses downstairs. Good slider there, 23.92 on the spin rate. Sergeant Bilko tuning in. Let's go, let's go, let's go, y'all. Find some offense today. I agree. 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Brett Blomquist gets the Y'alls on the board. One out base runner now for the captain, Hank Zeisler. Blomquist continues to hit and thrive in that 2 spot. Went back and took a look at the lineup when Florence was 7 games over 500. It was similar to this with Schoenfeld and Blomquist at the top of the order, followed by Zeisler and Bobo at that time. Again, you can't really go wrong with that, 3 through 6. Any way you want to throw Zeisler, Broussard, Bobo, and Richardson in there, that's kind of your 3 through 6 always. And however you want to order them is not really the problem. First pitch in there for a strike. Those are your RBI guys that have been, obviously doing just that this season. 0-1. Ground ball over towards the second baseman. Toss to second one. Relay on to first is in time. Unconventional 1-2-3 from Eric Turner. Heading to the bottom of the first when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the first inning is always brought to you by Heritage Bank. At Heritage Bank, we believe your money should work as hard as you do. Proudly local, fiercely dependable. That's the Heritage difference. Visit heritagebank.com to find a branch near you today. Flores scoreless in their first frame. Let's see what Joliet can do against the southpaw. Yanniker Villalobos on the mound for the Y'alls. Ian Battipaglia, Patrick Ward, and Tyler Cerny. First 3 to face him for Joliet. Just 2 lefties in the lineup for the Slammers. That'll be Blake Berry in the cleanup spot. And then the bottom of the order, Ivan Dahlberg in the 9 slot. Ian Battipaglia, the lone Slammer shortstop in the All-Star game. He is the lone Slammer in the All-Star game this season. He will join a handful of Florence players on that Midwest lineup. But he is the starting shortstop. It will be him and Brett Blomquist up the middle, with Hank Zeisler at first base in the starting spot. 0-2. Misses downstairs. Yanniker Villalobos this season. A 1-3 record, 6.69 ERA. Has not faced Joliet. He's gone 5 innings in his last 2 starts. Allowed 5 runs on 6 hits with a walk and a K. There's a base hit into left center field. Battipaglia with a hard turnaround first, but he will stop there. Leadoff single for the Slammers. So far this season, across 8 starts for Villalobos, 37 2/3 innings pitched. 46 hits, 34 runs, 28 of them earned, 21 walks, and 31 Ks. Villalobos has not had a problem keeping the ball inside the ballpark, just 2 home runs this season. That one's fouled away. Florence, as of late, their pitching staff has been plagued by the home run ball. And I hope I'm not giving a broadcaster jinx there. Villalobos at his best this season was his only win. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 5 Ks against Schaumburg. 7-3 win for the Yalls. 0-1 is dialed in there for a strike. 87 miles per hour, 21.82 on the spin rate. Has not faced the Yalls yet, or has not faced the Slammers yet this season. Battipaglia with a 2.5-step lead over at first. He is leading. 0-2. Fastball misses just a hair outside. Really good spot there from Villalobos at 89. Villalobos, a 2025 All-Star, and then had his season cut short with a shoulder injury that did require surgery. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Battipaglia all over that. Runner takes off the 1-2. Off speed misses upstairs. Throw down is not in time. Battipaglia with a stolen base to move himself into scoring position. Got to remember, this is the stadium with that public address announcer. I do agree with what he's saying, though. That was stolen bases apparently brought to you by Sun Cruiser here. Slammer Stadium. Swing and a miss on the outer half. First K of the day for Yanniker Villalobos. 1 out with a runner in scoring position. We'll bring up Tyler Cerny. Florence, their last time here, a series of controversy. If you remember, this was the same series, the exact same spot, obviously, where the umpires and everyone had messed up with the illegal runner starting extra innings out on second. Florence obviously was walked off in that game with the illegal runner scoring. Just a really weird series here last time. Only played 2 games, had that last game canceled. Postponed until tomorrow. That one's in there for strike 0-2. Florence had it fallen 6-5 and 6-4. Both those games. That was in the middle of a 5-game skid for the Yalls. Very similar spot where they were swept the series before. Let's see if they can turn the tables here. They're going to opt for a reset of the pitch clock. That's for the delay of game there. 0-2 the count with 1 away and a runner in scoring position on second. Villalobos from the stretch kicks the 0-2 pitch. Pops it down the first base line and foul. We'll do it again. Oh-2. Off-speed misses upstairs. Leaving that off-speed a little high. His first couple times throwing it. He's trying to bring that down. The curveball is one of the big put-away pitches for Villalobos. From the stretch again, the 1-2. Fastball inside, no good. A 2-2 count. Good spot there for Villalobos. Does not get the call. Now a 2-2 count. Runner takes off at third, swing and a miss, throw down to third, not in time. Second K for Villalobos, but now another runner in scoring position. Battipaglia already with 2 stolen bases in the inning. It's almost like you just can't put him on base, or else he'll end up at third some way, somehow. If you remember that series for Florence back in June, Battipaglia had opened up a ball game, reaching on an error, and took like 2 bases on it and then came home immediately. First pitch is in there for a strike. Oh, 1 fouls it away. But that is the player in Battipaglia, you know. Just a speedster that's able to get around the bases. Earned him the All-Star starting shortstop spot over Dylan Baker's 9 home runs. No 2 misses up. One, 2. Fouls it away. Big time spot it would be here for Villalobos. You know, allows the leadoff single and then pick up 2 Ks and maybe able to get out of the inning. Let's see how he battles here. Just needs 1 last out in the opening frame. Keep things scoreless. With the runner on third and 2 away, straight up defense for the Yalls. 1-2 pitch. Broken bat over towards the second baseman. Blomquist swallows it up. Throw on to first is in time. 4-3 on the put away. So leadoff runner aboard. Yannicker Villalobos, simply business after that. Retires the next 3. Scoreless after 1, heading to the top of the second when we return to Slammer Stadium on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top half of the second inning always brings us our umpire intro, brought to you by Pella Window and Door. Pella Window and Door, looking for a clear view of every call, and trust Pella Window and Door to bring you replay-worthy clarity and craftsmanship you can count on. Pella Window and Door, so good, even the ump won't miss a thing. Miguel De La Cruz behind home plate, Elliott Brown down the third baseline, and Dom Longbuco down the first baseline. 1-0, misses outside. Miguel De La Cruz, different than Miguel Rivera Cruz. I believe this is 2 new umpires joining him. Dom Longbuco, I definitely have never heard. And Elliott Brown doesn't sound familiar either. 2-0. In there for strike two, Garrett Broussard. Florence, unconventional 1-2-3 in their opening frame. A strikeout of Schoenfeld, a single to Blomquist, and then the captain Zeisler grounded into a double play to end things. Two-one, misses way outside. Eric Turner on the mound, his last time out against Evansville. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 3 Ks. Had another good start against Evansville on June 23rd. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. It's probably his best of the season. Scratch that. Mississippi, 6 2/3 of shutout baseball. But the 6 Ks was a season high. So maybe this is a change of tide Florence needs. 3-1. That one sky down the right field line. In comes Barry, racing over towards the Joliet bullpen. He slides and won't get it. Just a long strike, a foul ball to make this a full count. When I say change of tides, Florence had been facing a bunch of pitchers for Washington that just got hammered by Joliet. And Florence couldn't do anything against them. So maybe this one has good stats, against Evansville. Maybe this is good stats against Evansville, and Florence can get to them. Just a little flip of it. Wouldn't that be great? Full count to Broussard. Nobody on, nobody out in the top of the second. Scoreless. Payoff pitch. Skies one out towards left field. Beeman is coming in. Plenty of room for him. All over it. Still coming. Makes the grab in the tan leather mitt. Just a sky fly ball there from Garrett Broussard. That'll bring up Brendan Bobo. Brendan Bobo officially hitting under 500 for the Y'alls this season. 294 entering today. Still the team leader in home runs with 11. Has 46 RBIs. That's good for second on the team. The slide, has just moved him down a spot in the order from 4 to 5. That one's in there for a strike. We opened up at the beginning of the season saying, man, Bobo might not last a long time here. Thinking he would get picked up by affiliated organizations, and certainly should have. Certainly still should, probably. I mean, 294 average is great. But at one point, he was hitting like 320. Hot out the gate to start the season. Big swing and a miss there. The strikeout numbers have been what's hurt Bobo a little bit. One, two, fouls it away. The 1-2 misses downstairs. Two, swing and a miss. Strikeout of Brendan Bobo. Second K of the day for Turner. 2 outs with nobody on. Sorry, I was trying to find some stats here for you guys. Just wanted to see where Bobo is at since the beginning of June. Zade Richardson will dig in. Another all-star for Florence. First pitch missing. 1-0 the count. Bobo, 255 average since June 2nd. Let's go to the last time Florence was 7 games over 500. That's kind of when the slide started. That was June 20th. 1-0. Popped up in the air right side. First baseman is all over it. That's Carr in foul territory. He makes the grab to end the inning. 1-2-3 frame. We'll talk a little bit more about this when we return at the bottom of the second. Don't go anywhere. More Florence Y'alls baseball coming up on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the second inning always brings us our Thomas More scoreboard. Always the scoreboard partner, Thomas More University. There you'll be able to take your life and your career as far as you want it to go. Apply or donate today at thomasmore.edu. Yannick Villalobos back onto the mound will be Jackson Beeman, Jackson Valera, Peyton Carr due up for the Slammers. First pitch to Beeman is in there for a strike. Villalobos allowed a leadoff single, then picked up 2 Ks and a ground out to get out of the inning, stranding a runner at third in his opening frame. His 0-1 is fouled away, 0-2. Five, 6, 7 due up for the Slammers. Straight up defense for Florence in the baby blue jerseys with gray pants and the red, white, and blue hats. Off speed downstairs, no good. Joliet in the orange jerseys, white pants with the green and orange caps. That one misses inside, 2-2. Jackson Beeman hitting .265 on the season. 2-2, fouls it away. Down the third baseline. Two. Skies it high. Shallow center field. Second baseman Blomquist is now coming into the dirt, and he makes the grab for out number 1. The wind is blowing in, so that makes sense of that one. Brought it in from shallow center now into the infield. That's also a good sign for Florence pitching. Hopefully keeps the ball in the ballpark. Brings up Jackson Valera. Valera was in the 3 or 4 spot the last 2 times we faced Joliet here at Slammer Stadium. First pitch in there for a strike. If you remember, he's the guy that in that last series, I don't know, things have changed. He did take a first pitch in there for a strike, but was almost, just bat glued to the shoulder until he got a strike and would not, swing first pitch. There's foul ball, 0-2 the count. Valera was the one that hit the walk-off off of Florence in that controversial game. Wind up the 0-2. Fouls it away. 91 up there from Villalobos. 23.50 on the spin rate. Called time to adjust the batting gloves there from Valera. We got Tettemer trivia next inning. How about that? That 1-2 the count. Villalobos, third base side. Still in a windup, shaking off a few pitches. Has his sign. Wines delivers the 0-2. Broken bat foul. Completely shattered in the hands of Valera. Now a new piece of lumber there for Valera, still with an 0-2 count on him. Broke his bat on a 79-mile-per-hour off speed. Not something you see every day. Wind up the 0-2 from Villalobos. Pops it up, shallow center field. Blomquist once again going back. Bobo comes in, and he can't make the grab. A diving attempt from Brendan Bobo. Blomquist was there. Bobo was not, but he made the call coming in, thinking it'd be easier, and it's off of his glove. That'll be a base knock for the Slammers. Just some tough miscommunication there. Probably should have been Blomquist the whole way. And it'll end up as a one-out single and bring up Peyton Carr. Florence hasn't played some of the best defense their last couple of games. Casey Bargo was tagged for 3 unearned runs in the second inning in yesterday's affair. Bargo was released from the Yalls, as well as Travis Phelps after yesterday's game. Florence brings in C.J. Blowers from these Joliet Slammers last year, a 2025 Frontier League All-Star. Will be starting one of the games tomorrow in the doubleheader. And then they pick up a Richmond, Kentucky native, 0-1 in there for a strike, and John Gerard, who will start the other game tomorrow. So Florence will go with 2 new starting pitchers tomorrow's ball game. C.J. Blowers, a 2025 Frontier League All-Star for the Slammers, absolutely fantastic last year. Went over to the Pioneer League, I believe in a trade from the Slammers to the Oakland Ballers. 6 or 7 ERA in the Pioneer League. It's an offensive-heavy league. Just didn't have the same success. 0-2 misses upstairs. But he'll hope to return to his home stadium from last year. Maybe continue that Frontier League success with the Yalls. And that'll be exciting. Florence would love to get some trustworthy pitching in that rotation. The 1-2. This guy's at foul. As of right now, that move moves Isaac Milburn to the bullpen. I don't know if that will stick, but right now that's going to move him to the bullpen just because Florence, is in their final games before the All-Star break. So they'll go to 2 new starters instead of using Milburn, and then it will still be Webster on Sunday. The 1-2. That one's fouled away. You could easily pair, Gerard and Milburn together in a 7-inning game tomorrow and not have to do much. John Gerard, we'll see what we get from him from the Division III Hanover. Had some pretty good stats. Talk about him a little bit more tomorrow. Right now it's a 1-2 count from Villalobos. Runner on first, a pickoff attempt, nothing going. Bottom of the second, scoreless baseball. 1 away. Peyton Carr hitting .242 this season. 16 RBIs, 4 home runs. So there are some moves for you after yesterday's game. 1-2. Ground ball over towards the shortstop. Baker swallows it up. Toss to second, 1. Relay over to first is not going to be in time. They just get the force out at second. 6-4 on the put away there. Valera and Carr will swap places at first. Peyton Carr was moving down the line. I don't think that was any specific problem. Also a slow roller. Tough to turn 2 on that. Caden Morton will dig in. I've definitely seen Caden Morton before. And that is correct. For Washington last year. That one's in there for a strike. .275 average, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs in 36 games. This season he's only played in 9 games, hitting .200 flat with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. Villa's 0-1, swing and a miss, blows it by him. 89 miles per hour there, 23.30 on the spin rate. Morton comes from the Braves organization. Worked as high A Rome in 2023. Was in Augusta and the Florida Complex League in 24 before being released. 0-2, fastball upstairs, no good. Runner on first and 2 away. 1-2 from Villalobos. Foul tip stays alive. Everything good on the Wi-Fi for our YouTube radio stream? Seems like some things just load a little slower. I want to make sure that's not affecting the audio quality or if it's buffering or anything. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on the off speed there from Villalobos. He picks up his third K of the day. And again, strands a runner on base. Heading to the top of the third, it's time for Tettemer Trivia. We're scoreless when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of the third inning is always brought to you by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance. Visit us today at roarins.com. Jackson Tucker leads things off. A scoreless ball game between the Yalls and the Slammers here in the top of the third. Tucker, Baker, and Beadle, 7, 8, 9. Florence has got a hit from Blomquist, but technically has still been put down in order. Top of the third always brings us our Tettemer Trivia. The way it works, I read a question top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half. You have the opportunity to play along. Head on over to Twitter. The question is live. The accounts you're looking for are rtettemer9 and Florence_Yalls. You can comment your guess in the comment section, and I will shout you out here on the broadcast. Just a fun little game we play on the Florence Yalls Radio Network, home for Florence Yalls baseball. That one's in there for strike 3 and 1. Stephen Gregg tuning in says, come on, Florence Yalls, let's get something together. We need some runs. I agree. 3-1 count to Tucker. Florence looking for their first leadoff batter of the day. 3-1, ground ball up the middle. Battipaglia slide off the glove. Should still be a base hit. That is an infield single for Jackson Tucker. He's been hot at the plate, has now raised his average a good amount. Entering today, Jackson Tucker with a .310 average. That's up from .302 to start the last series. So a runner on first now for Dylan Baker. Let's get to our Tettemer Trivia question of the day. Byron Buxton was caught stealing for the first time this season since May 1st of 2024. That ends a streak of it was 37 consecutive stolen base attempts. Doesn't seem that many, but that was still the highest streak by any American League player since who? Again, Byron Buxton was caught stealing for the first time since May 1st, 2024, ending a streak of 37 consecutive successful stolen base attempts. This was the most by any American League player since who? My hint, 2006 to 2007 was the duration there. So AL 2006 to 2007, stolen base artist that was not caught stealing for more than 37 consecutive stolen base attempts. 0-1 the count to D. Bakes. Tucker takes off, misses high, throw almost into center field. A leaping grab, and Cerny just able to knock that down. Jackson Tucker picks up a stolen base. That's another one for the speedster. Stolen base number 18 on the season. He's fallen a little bit behind Shaney Felt. Shaney Felt at 27. Something going on with the catcher gear for this. Yeah, with the mask there of the catcher. That's Dahlberg. We'll pause in the action. Look over at second. 1-1 pitch. Runs inside and hits Baker on the elbow. Dylan Baker with an express pass over to first base. Runners first and second. Nobody out for Zach Beadle. They're using the Beatles song once again, I'm a Loser, and I'm pretty sure Zach Beadle was up the last time they used it when we were here in June. It's a good song. It's not one I'd want to walk up to. Beadle shows bunt on a sacrifice attempt. He pulls back, and it's in there for a strike. 88 dots up the outer half. Zach Beadle, the 9 spot here for Florence. They do have a bunt artist on deck in Tyler Shaneyfelt. It'd be nice to have Shaneyfelt swing away. 0-1, Beadle skies one out towards center field. Morton moving in the gap. He makes the grab. Tagging from second, going to third is Tucker. He'll be in without a throw. Runners split the corners. Beadle, although it does drive in and out, it does a run. It does a job moving a runner just 90 feet away. And a good piece, too, there from Zach Beadle, 99 off the bat. Brings up Tyler Shaneyfelt. What I was doing before the top of the second, before things ended, I was looking up the y'all stats since June 20th. Now, June 20th is when Florence was over 7 games over 500. After that, they hit the slide. Let's actually do... Oh, misses downstairs. Let's do the 16th. That'll change things up a little here. Just so we're, everyone can see where the offense is since that time. Baker bouncing around at first. The 1-0, skies it high. Still over near the shortstop. Battipaglia makes the grab. Not deep enough for a sacrifice fly. 2 outs. Now a job for Brett Blomquist, needing a base hit. Brett Blomquist down the right field line. That's going to get in for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Tucker with an easy ride home. Baker on his way to third. They're going to give a late stop sign. Blomquist with an RBI double. Florence strikes first. They're on top 1-0. Harrison to Nicola, good stop over there at third. I think that throw was just getting into the cutoff. Well, another nice hit from Brett Blomquist, an RBI double. He gets his second knock of the day, and Florence still threatening. Runners second and third with 2 away for the captain, Zeisler. Tucker just had to jog home from third, but Dylan Baker was moving around. Hank Zeisler loses the bat on the swing, 0-1. Some good guesses coming in for Tettemer trivia. Kyle Karsten, his son Will activated, getting back into the Tettemer trivia here. Always good to hear from him. Florence Y'all's Analytics, Rich Tettemer, a couple Emerson Lions tuning in. Good stuff. So since that June 16th date, Hank Zeisler hitting .250 with 16 RBIs, 17 runs. Still above average hitter. 0-1, ground ball right side over towards the first baseman. He'll race it to the base and beat Zeisler there to end the inning. Florence picks up a run but strands 2 in scoring position, carrying a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the third. The Y'alls send back out Yannicker Villalobos and get your guesses in for Tettemer Trivia when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the third inning, 1-0 Florence lead over Joliet. Yannicker Villalobos back out to work. 9-1-2 due up for the Slammers. Almost finished a first time through. 2 hits allowed from Villalobos. Picks up 3 Ks. Stranded a runner on base in both innings. The Y'alls striking first here at Slammers Stadium. We are still playing Tettemer Trivia. Question was, Byron Buxton was caught stealing for the first time since May 1st, 2024. That ended a streak of 37 consecutive stolen base attempts. Successful stolen base attempts. This was the most by any AL player since who? 2006 to 2007 it happened. Any AL player since who? 2006 to 2007. That one misses inside. It'd be safe to guess anyone not playing Toby Hall. And Toby Hall probably put a stop to it in 2005, 2004, 2005. He would definitely catch a steal when he was with the Rays there. Here's the 2-0. Misses downstairs, a 3-0 count. Start off Ian Dahlberg, hitting 200. Short sample size here. Newcomer for the Slammers. That one's in there for a strike, 2-1. Villalobos, the 3-1 pitch. Misses downstairs. Good spot there. Right at the bottom of the zone. Being told I can't hear you right now. Sounds like you're a background voice. I am getting that twice. Ground ball over towards Villalobos. Throw will go on to first. Ian Battipaglia with a sacrifice bunt there. Runner moves over to second. Job there for Battipaglia. Believe it should sound better now. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. We are back with some good audio. And right when we get the first out so we can start talking about these Tettemer trivias. Thanks to everyone that helped out clarify some of those audio issues. Patrick Ward, the 2-hole hitter, will dig in with a runner in scoring position. First pitch misses downstairs. So let's get to our first guest. We'll go Kyle Karsten, who said Carl Crawford. He wasn't the only one that said Carl Crawford. We actually had Stephen Gregg in our radio stream say Carl Crawford had over 50-plus during 2006 and 2007, I think, with the Tampa Bay Rays. That would fit the AL bill. Florence Y'all's Analytics said Ichiro. And then Rich Tettemer said Craig Biggio. Cam Beatty said Jacoby Ellsbury. Zach Jury said Michael Bourne. That one sky down the right field line. Drops foul. Would have been extra bases and tied this game up at 1. Instead, just a long strike. So we got Michael Bourne, Jacoby Ellsbury, Craig Biggio, Carl Crawford, and Ichiro. And the Phillies giving up 5 runs within the span of 3 minutes. I'm thinking my phone is blowing up for Tettemer trivia guesses, and it's just Phillies getting pieced around by the Detroit Tigers. Villalobos from the stretch, a look at second. His 1-2. Fastball just a hair outside. A nice pitch there. Sorry, that was actually an off-speed. Good spot. 2-2 the count to Ward. Ward struck out his last time up. 2-2. Fisted over towards the pitcher. Villalobos grabs it on the bare hand. Throw goes on to first. It's in time. That's about as swinging bunt as you can get. Another 1-3 put away from Villalobos moves Dahlberg over to third for Tyler Cerny. Big time spot for the 3-hole hitter for the Slammers. Trailing 1-0. Florence would like to keep the lead for a little bit longer than an inning. With 2 outs, we could get to our answer. I will say we do have a correct answer in the chat. Again, the guesses were Carl Crawford, Ichiro, Jacoby Ellsbury, Michael Bourne, Craig Biggio. The most guessed was Carl Crawford with 2. 2006 to 2007, Crawford, obviously with the Tampa Bay Rays during their kind of shine. Off speed in there for a strike. but the longest streak by an AL player since 2006 to 2007 would be from the AL West. Seattle Mariners' Ichiro Suzuki had 45 consecutive stolen bases. Successful. Ichiro Suzuki is the correct answer we were looking for. Congratulations to the Florence Yells Analytics team. They get another one right. I believe that's back-to-back. I want to say that's back-to-back. Two-one, misses upstairs. I thought that was a pretty interesting one. Again, it doesn't seem like a lot, especially nowadays. I guess you're just getting thrown out at a higher clip because the volume's just higher. You know, I got people stealing 60 bases a season. 3-1, misses upstairs. Second walk of the inning from Villalobos. Not a bad idea. Cerny hitting 307. That'll bring up Blake Berry, who grounded out his last time up. Blake Berry, you now get a lefty-lefty battle as well. So Ichiro Suzuki is our Tettemer Trivia answer of the day. Fastball misses upstairs. Toby Hall going to come talk to his southpaw. Runners split the corners with 2 away. Florence a 1-0 lead in the top of the third. Glad we got our audio quality back. Resuming play, the 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike. 88 miles per hour there from Villalobos. The 1-1. In there again, another fastball. 89 catches the bottom of the zone. Tyler Cerny at first, Dahlberg at third. Dahlberg is the catcher, but will be going on any contact. 1-2 the count. Villalobos trying to get out of this unscathed. The 1-2, off speed. Looked good, not called. Did miss an inch or two outside. Really nice offering there from Villalobos. Good eye. Good eye from Barry. Tyler Cerny with a big lead over at first. 2-2. Ground ball right side. Blomquist picks it up. Throw on to first is in time. And Villalobos able to navigate traffic, stranding a runner in scoring position. Heading to the top of the fourth. It's 1-0 Florence when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the fourth inning, Garrett Broussard leads things off. First pitch in there for a strike. This call for the Whites is always brought to you by Class Jewelers. Our diamond is shining bright thanks to our friends over at Class Jewelers. Head on over to 7365 Burlington Pike, Florence for all your jewelry needs, or call them today at 859-525-7500. Broussard skies one down the left field line. Chasing over there is the left fielder, but he runs out of room off the net. Should be good now. We got the audio sounding better. I even heard on that Blomquist RBI double, the audio just didn't sound as crisp. I believe it sounds better now. On HDN, that is. Should always be good on the YouTube stream. Oh, 0-2 the count to Broussard. Misses outside. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Third K of the day for Eric Turner. Florence on top, 1-0 here in the fourth. Just playing our Tettemer trivia. Still talking about the Y'alls hitting since June 16th. That is when Florence was right in the middle of their hot streak. Brendan Bobo since then is still hitting .278, but obviously that's down from where he was at the beginning of the season. 11 RBIs, 3 homers. Garrett Broussard, still red hot, hitting .307. Dylan Baker hitting .212. Rushford at .208. How about Zach Beadle hitting .303 since then? Brodell at .270. Blomquist obviously showing why he's an all-star at .333. Harbison hitting .222. Richardson at .364. Jackson Tucker .284. Schoenfeld .250. So just a few spots, really slacking. And then I think everyone besides Blomquist, Broussard, and Richardson down from where they started the season. Again, that's obviously right when Florence was in their hot streak is where that's starting and then ends into the 5 out of your last 7 loss series. Home run leader since then would be Brett Blomquist. One and 2 the count. Off speed misses out. 2-2 count to Bobo. Struck out swinging his last time up. Entered today with a .294 average. Trying to get things back on track for the All-Star. He punches one out towards left field. Little opposite field hitting. That's a good piece. 104 off the bat. Just hung up enough for the left fielder. Nothing to hang your head on there if you're Bobo. It's a good piece opposite way, and maybe something lighter hit will fall for him to make things right. 2 away. Brings up Zayden Richardson. Popped out in foul territory to the first baseman his last time up. So it was pretty much, I think, my worst kept secret that I knew that Zayden Richardson was in the All-Star game before everyone else. Because I caught myself talking about how I wanted to see Bobo and Richardson in the Home Run Derby multiple times. And then was like, I haven't said that they're All-Stars or that Richardson was the All-Star. And I guess everyone could have just thought, hey, it's in Florence. Maybe they give him the opportunity anyway, because they don't have to be in the All-Star game to play in the Home Run Derby in, Major League Baseball. No one misses outside. But, if you guys could have picked up on some context clues, you would have known that Richardson was the all-star. And we're still going to be talking about whether it's him and Bobo in the home run derby. Have not heard those, participants yet. Should be 8 total, 4 from the Midwest, 4 from the Atlantic. They will all compete against each other until a final 2 will compete in the finals for the crown. It'll go from 8 to 4 to 2. One in there for strength. Just looking at who else is in the All-Star game and would be there, it seems pretty easy to me to go Check, Bricado, Bobo, Richardson. Bryson Horn not an All-Star. Pavin Park's not an All-Star. Castillo? Not an All-Star in 202. Dennis Pierce is. He's got 10 homers. If you wanted to see Dennis Pierce in the All-Star or in the home run derby, I guess you could. Carlos Pena. He just hit the IL, I believe. TJ Salvaggio has 8. 1-2 misses out. You definitely wouldn't get any throwback on Check and Bricado. That one's fouled away. Throw Bobo in there. That's 3 that are, all above double-digit homers. And then I would just throw Zaid in because it's Zaid, and the guy's just going to mash baseballs at Thomas More Stadium in front of the home crowds. The same thing that Philly did this year with Schwarber and Harper in it. Everyone wants to see the Florence Y'alls players at that spot. So at least one of them will be in. Ground ball up the middle. Diving stop from the second baseman. Gets to the legs. Throw it to first. Scooped up and in time. 4-3 put away. Tyler Cerny with a great play to take away a base hit from Richardson. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, it's 1-0 Florence when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the 4th, back in Joliet, Illinois. Florence on top 1-0 over the Slammers. Another close game between these two teams. Been playing each other very close this season. Jackson Beeman, Jackson Valera, and Peyton Carr. 5-6-7 due up for Joliet. Off speed misses in from Yannicker Villalobos. Got Dave Brown tuning in here at Slammers Stadium. Watching Yannicker go to work. Dave doing what probably the best thing to do here on the road. 2-0 in there for a strike. You get your ticket. You're surrounded by, Joliet Slammer fans. Throw on the YouTube audio stream and listen to the ball game as well. 2-1, swing and a miss. Good off speed there from Villalobos. 22-24 on the spin rate. Curveball downstairs, just 74 miles per hour. Breaking away from the bat of Beeman, who popped out to second his last time up. Wind up the 2-2. Fastball called, strike three, dots up the inner half. Fourth K of the day for Villalobos. That's the first looking. Starts off the fourth with one away, and that'll bring up Jackson Valera. Valera was the single into right field that Bobo called off Blomquist. Made a diving attempt, and it bounced off his glove for him to reach base, and then was caught up in a fielder's choice to retire him. First pitch in there for a strike, 80 miles per hour, nice changeup. Villalobos with first pitch strikes to Valera in both at-bats. That one's fouled away, 0-2. He broke the bat of Valera on an off-speed his last time up. That's 91 on the fastball down. What does he go to here? Wind up the 0-2. Ground ball, hard hit down the third baseline and past the diving glove of Broussard. Down into the corner, Valera will work his way over to second with a one-out double. 96 off the bat from Valera, his second hit of the day. Single and a double now. That'll bring up Peyton Carr. Villalobos went to a curveball and just hung it over the plate. 75 bottom of the zone there. Valera able to turn on it. One out, runner in scoring position. Florence on top, 1-0. That one's in there for a strike. Upcoming slice of our schedule, always brought to you by Snappy's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florence Yells baseball team. Florence has 3 more games here at Joliet. 0-1, missing upstairs. Tomorrow's doubleheader will start at 5:05. Doubleheader, Christmas in Margaritaville. Combining Christmas in July and Margaritaville into one promotion. It's pretty interesting. 1-1. Ground ball over towards the shortstop. Baker will swallow it up. Throw on to first, and they get the go-ahead runner. Jackson Valera got the lead runner over there. What a fielder's choice play there from Dylan Baker. That'll be a 6-5 putout. Don't see that every day. Now a runner on first and 2 outs. Heads up play by the shortstop. Brings up Caden Morton, who struck out his last time up. So a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 5:05. And then on Sunday, it'll be an afternoon game for Florence. Be able to get home and start preparing for what will be a long week of all-star game festivities. That'll be a 12:50 Central start here. 12:50, that's interesting. So around 1 o'clock. I guess 2 o'clock for you guys. 0-1, skied foul. So just 3 more games here in the first half. Technical first half. We're already halfway over the season. This is game 53. Florence 26-26 across their first 52 games. 0-2 to Morton. Fastball called, strike 3, bottom of the zone. Villalobos picks up 2 strikeouts looking and 5 on the day. Stranding a runner at first. Heading to the top of the 5th. The Yalls hoping for some more runs. They're up 1-0 when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDM. Top half of the 5th inning, Florence on top, 1-0. First pitch to Jackson Tucker is a hard hit line drive up the middle. Don't know if that glanced off the pitcher or not, but ends up a 4-3 put away. Started slicing over towards the second baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out. Still Eric Turner on the mound. He's gone 4 1/3. Brings up Dylan Baker, hit by pitch and stranded at third in the 3rd inning. Y'all's up 1-0. Over the Slammers, still looking for some more offense. First pitch to Baker. Fastball misses outside. We got Stephen Gregg tuning in. He says I have Czech or Richardson winning the home run derby, just getting hot in semifinals and finals. His dream 4 for the Midwest Conference: Richardson, Czech, Skinner, and Bricado. What do you think? Please advise yours. It's Richard. The dream 4 would be Richardson, Czech, Bobo, and Bricado. Skinner. How many home runs does Skinner have? That one misses downstairs. Not even. What makes you pick Braylon Skinner? He's got 3 home runs this season. Swing and a miss. I'm not allowing you to root for anyone besides a Florence Yalls player. So rooting for Czech, that's just a no-go. 2-2. Hard hit into center field, dropping quickly in front of Morton for a 1-out single from Dylan Baker. The one exception would be Bricado. If you said you're rooting for Bricado, I'd be like, 2 stints in Florence. I'd allow it. A Czech has only punished the Yalls. Never been a friend. Skinner is an interesting choice. I have to check if Skinner's an all-star. Oh, and misses upstairs. Yes, he is. Starting center fielder, I'm going to assume. So they put John Ponder out there. It'll be Ponder, Bricado, and Skinner in the outfield. Baker takes off at first. The pitch is a called strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Dylan Baker in with a stolen base. Moves himself into scoring position. Second baseman Cerny not happy about it. Bang, bang play over there. Anything, it would have been, a tag on the back. But whenever you're tagged on the back, usually it, means your hands are probably in. Steven Gregg said, I'm not rooting, I'm being realistic. You know what? You're probably right on that. 1-1 punched out to center field. Morton is coming in on it, makes the grab for out number 2. It's not a bad idea. Check's a big guy. I don't know how many home run derbies he's played in. Bricado seems like a guy that could just easily get into that home run derby swing. It's a hitter's ballpark, so it should be far better than the 2 home run derbies that I've seen in my time here at the Frontier League, Quebec and Tri-City. I got to say that Florence is probably a much more hitter-friendly ballpark than both of those. Certainly in Quebec, it was like I wasn't seeing any home runs there. You'll be able to catch us on the broadcast for that. It's going to be a kind of like a full panel there for the broadcast. (1-0) to Schoenfeld. Ooh. Called strike. Just barely connecting on the outer half. Runner on second. 1-1. In there for a strike on the fastball inside. Navigates both pieces of the plate. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Schoenfeld. Down on strikes here. Florence strands the runner in scoring position. Still a close ball game. 1-0 for Florence heading to the bottom of the 5th. When we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom of the 5th. Florence on top, 1-0. Yannick Villalobos back out for another inning of work. Villalobos has picked up 5 Ks, starting back where he started in the 3rd inning. It's the bottom of the order, 9-1-2 to up for the Slammers. It'll be the top of the order's 3rd time seeing Villalobos. Let's see if he can keep them quiet. Into his 5th inning of work, he walked Dahlberg. First pitch missing downstairs, 1-0. Dahlberg was stranded at 3rd in the 3rd inning. 1-0 fouls it away. Stephen Gregg says, I just can't wait to see this home run derby. Seen Skinner during batting practice, and he hits what seems like a ton of home runs. That's a good idea. 1-1. Now it's fouled away. You know, in-game results not always the same as batting practice. Have you ever heard the story that Ichiro Suzuki would have just like swarmed home run derbies? Obviously not a power guy in real life, but apparently batting practice, he's just unbelievable and can just, you know, mash home runs. It is the same thing. And yeah, Steven, I know you go to a lot of batting practices, so you've probably seen that. And, you know, it doesn't translate over the game entirely just because they're, you know, different swings. Well, as a base hit, a leadoff single for Ivan Dahlberg. His 2nd time on base. Bottom of the order, producing for Joliet. Brings up the top of the order, Battipaglia. He singled and then hit a sacrifice bunt to move Dahlberg into scoring position. Let's see what he does here. Wouldn't be shocked to see Florence start to get somebody up in the bullpen. We know they're usually cautious the 3rd time around the order. Let's see what Battipaglia does. First pitch to him, fastball. This is outside. That one fully in the zone. Needed to get that called. The 1-0. Misses inside by just a hair there at 87. Definitely got some action in the bullpen. A lot of people standing up right now. Nobody throwing. 2-0 the count, could use the old ham and eggs. Misses downstairs. Now you really got to focus in if you're Villalobos. Do not want to walk Battipaglia. The tying run in scoring position with nobody out in the top of the order here at the plate. It's a 4-pitch walk, and this one gets away from Beetle. Battipaglia didn't get anything there. Runners 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. 3rd walk issued by Villalobos. Toby Hall and Patrick McCormick, the athletic trainer for Florence, going to go take a look at Zach Beetle. Might have wore that off the glove wrong. They're going to look at his hand. Florence has not won a game since Patrick McCormick got a haircut back on Monday. Some say has nothing to do with it. Some might say otherwise. Everyone happy to get Patrick McCormick into the clubhouse this season. The new athletic trainer for the Yalls. Fan favorite in the clubhouse. Player favorite, fan favorite. Big opportunity for Joliet. Runners 1st and 2nd. Patrick Ward, the 2-hole hitter, is up at the plate. Showing bunt. Florence into the sacrifice defense. Misses upstairs. The Yalls will start to warm up Chase Hopewell. It's the interesting call there. Hopewell, not the guy you would want to bring in with the bases loaded. You know, in a really dicey situation. He's worked a lot better this season in clean innings. Swinging him his top of the zone. But maybe they're just trying to switch up the speed. Although Villalobos has been bumping, you know, to 91 at times on the fastball. Hopewell looked pretty good here his last time in Joliet. Still a sacrifice bunt defense. The 1-1 misses upstairs. The sac bunt D is an interesting one. Whoa. Toby Hall going back out to the mound. This is going to be a visit for the pitcher now in Villalobos. It's like I just saw him on the field. Not going to bring in someone with a 2-1 count. No, so this is just his first meeting. They'll bring the whole field. Trying to talk over this bunt defense. It's always an interesting one for Florence. Zeisler is almost at the plate on the defense. That moves the second baseman over to first, and then they bring in the third baseman in Broussard as well. That moves the shortstop over to third. So no one ever covers second. But also, if you were ever to slash, it's almost the easiest base hit that you'll ever get because the right side of the infield is completely open. You just got to get it by Zeisler. Which, to be fair, would have to be lightning quick reflexes for the captain. Ward showing bunt. Villalobos just got to throw the strike. 2-1. They slash it, and he fouls it away. That'll take off the bunt defense. Peg Zeisler just showing the glove and clapping it in the face. Patrick Ward. All right, 2-2 the count. That'll take away this bunt here. Now big spot for Ward, trying to produce for his team. Florence on top, 1-0 in the bottom of the fifth. And Villalobos escape. 2-2. Fastball misses downstairs by an inch. Really close pitch from Villalobos. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him. 88 bottom of the zone. 6th K of the day for Villalobos. One away with runners first and second now for Tyler Cerny. Where does Florence want to go? They want to keep the starter out there, or do they want to head to the pen? It looks like it will be Villalobos staying out there against the 3-hitter in Cerny. In which case, I would assume you'll keep him out there for Barry as well. The lefty-lefty battle. First pitch to Cerny. Swing and a miss. 89 by him. Double play gets you out of the inning. Got to be quick on the one to second with Battapaglia's wheels at first. Cerny, the right-handed bat, is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk, hitting .307 on the season. 0-1. Skies it high in the infield right side. Blomquist and Zeisler going at it. Blomquist calls off Zeisler, makes the grab, and an infield fly called anyway. 2 away. Big time opportunity there from Joliet, squandered. As it stands right now. Now you got to try and produce with 2 outs. And Blake Berry in a lefty-lefty battle. Can he come through? Villalobos trying to prevent it. And complete his 5th frame. First pitch, off speed in there for a strike. Villalobos at 94 pitches, so this will be his final inning anyway. Can he stay unscathed? 4 hits, no runs, few walks, 6 Ks for the southpaw for Florence. Oh, 1. Punched foul. 0-2. This was first and second, nobody out. Joliet tried some small ball and could not get the bunt down. That led to a K, and then Tyler Cerny with an infield pop. Now 0-2 to the lefty. Villalobos kicks the 0-2 pitch. Skies it foul, will do it again. Dahlberg, the runner on second. I'm unsure. It's a catcher. Usually you could assume maybe not the fastest wheels. Here's the 0-2. Skied out towards center field. Shaney fell all over it. makes the grab to end the inning. Tip of the cap to Yannicker Villalobos. Escapes the jam. He throws 5 shutout here at Slammer Stadium. Heading to the top of the 6th, it's 1-0 Florence. Needed some insurance when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top of the 6th, Florence on top 1-0. Brett Blomquist will lead things off. Heart of the order for Florence, 2-3-4 due up. Blomquist has had a great start to this day. 2 for 2 with an RBI double in the 3rd. Single and a double for the All-Star second baseman. Florence needs some insurance. Still Eric Turner, the right-handed pitcher, on the mound for the Slammers. First pitch to Blomquist. Fastball misses inside. We'll do our This Day in Baseball History, bottom of the 6th. Florence has stopped warming up Chase Hopewell. No one misses upstairs. Either he's ready. I doubt they send Villalobos back out there. Like I mentioned, Villalobos, I see in the dugout, he's already taken his jersey off. He's up to about 100 pitches. Hopewell just wants to cool down before having to start throwing again. That one misses upstairs. 3-0 the count to Blomquist. Brett Blomquist, talking with him today. 3-0. Misses inside. It was a conversation between Blomquist, McAvoy, Schoenfeld, and myself, with Patrick McCormick there as well. And I think Schoenfeld caught wind of McAvoy's Philadelphia accent when McAvoy was saying Wooder. And that is how they say it, Wooder ice. Wooder. It's like Wooder. That's how they say it in Philadelphia. So McAvoy was looking for some Wooder, and Schoenfeld picked up on it. Brett Blomquist, being from Atlanta, was saying, not a fan of Philadelphia, obviously. That rivalry there between the Phillies and the Braves. And, went into all that. And Blomquist was saying that where he grew up is like super close to the Braves, but not near Atlanta. He takes off over at first. The pitch misses outside. Throw down to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Brett Blomquist. Works himself in a scoring position with a stolen base. His 5th of the season. And I forget the county that it was in. But he was, saying it should be the something county Braves instead of Atlanta. Just a fun conversation before the game. I had never heard McAvoy say water as Wooder, but that is definitely how Philadelphia says it. 2-1 the count to the captain, Zeisler. Sits 8 hits away from tying the all-time record. 9 from breaking it. 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. He is 0 for 2 today. You know, for the plan to work perfectly, Zeisler needs to get a decent portion of hits in this series. Head into the All-Star break. Obviously, an All-Star starter. His family will be coming in. If he is, the family's probably going to stay anyway because there's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. 2-2. Ground ball, right side foul. Doing that again. But if he can get super close, then his family can see him break the Florence franchise hit record, the all-time hit record. Just play it perfectly, and that'd be a plan coming together. Like Hannibal from the A-team. Like I said, needs a good amount of hits in this series. Or he could just go crazy in that Florence series. July 17th, I want to say, is that Friday first game. Yeah, that makes sense. July 17th. 18th and 19th there as well. Florence will have Star Wars night on that Fridays. Christmas in July is Saturday, and then Sunday's, a Bark in the Park game. So whole family for Hank comes out from California. As he skies one down towards right field. Barry is working back at the warning track. He makes the grab. Tagging second to third is Blomquist. Not your routine job, but it'll work just the same. Zeisler moves the runner over 90 feet away from scoring. Now over at third is Blomquist. A fly out to right field. 93 off the bat there from Hank. Brings up Garrett Broussard, an RBI opportunity. Florence. Runner on third and one away. A big-time spot here for Broussard and Bobo. Infield's going to come in for the Slammers. Chase Hopewell will start to throw again. It will be his inning in the 6th. Like I said, it's, working like a charm for him to get that clean inning. That one misses outside. Infield in for Joliet. Trying to protect this run. Right now, Florence on top 1-0. The 1-0. Broussard cranks one down the left field line, sending Beeman back. A foul ball. Good piece there from Broussard. He gave it a ride. Just could not straighten it out. Tell you what, pull side, definitely the power spot for Broussard. Whatever he hits down that way. Usually has some pop on it. 1-1, just a long strike. Runner on third is Blomquist. 1-1 pitch, fouls it away, 1-2. This is interesting. Ian Battipaglia, the shortstop, not playing on the grass anymore. Everyone's kind of like halfway, even though I'm sure they'd be charging in. But Battipaglia is behind the base path of second to third. It's definitely not halfway. That would be a judgment call from Blomquist whether to go or not. 1-2 to Broussard, misses outside. Florence trying to get some insurance. 1-0 lead is a tough one to cling to. From the stretch, 2-2. Broussard fouls it away and stays alive. Spoils off an off speed. Turner trying to navigate. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball over towards the second baseman. Blomquist breaking for the plate. The throw is in time. Cutting down a run at the plate. It's a bold choice for Florence. Trying to make the defense make a play. Ends up a fielder's choice 4-2 on the putaway as Broussard will take over at first. If that was to the shortstop, I think it's a different story. Second baseman was one of the ones that was, in. Florence trying some aggressive base running. Does not work out. We'll see if hindsight is anything, but, you know, you have your second on the team in RBIs now at the plate. Would you rather 2 outs with a runner on third or 2 outs with a runner on first? Again, it's aggressive base running. There are times where you're interested in seeing the defense make a play, and certainly I am. Always interested in seeing, you know, someone make a play. It's a good play by Joliet. Just didn't end up right for Florence. It's aggressive, certainly. 1-0 Bobo. Misses downstairs. A hindsight again, you know, it's 2020. You'd much rather the runner on third than on first with 2 outs, and Brendan Bobo at the plate, an all-star. 2-0. Misses inside 3-0. It's another interesting point here. I mean, Bobo, an all-star, with an all-star behind him, and Richardson, not really, you know, able to pitch around anyone here. That's 3 straight inside to Bobo. 3-0 count. Righty warming up for Joliet. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Slammers 6 games below 500. Florence even at 500. Try not to dip there. 3-0. This is outside. 4-pitch walk to Brendan Bobo. Will move a runner back into scoring position and bring Zade Richardson to the plate. No hits in the inning for Florence. 2 walks have put 2 runners on, plus the fielder's choice. Pitching coach for the Slammers is going to come out and talk, give that righty some time to warm up. Richardson 0 for 2 today. You know, it's a story that's season long. You talk about how great Richardson is with runners in scoring position. Giant spider just dropped down. Not what you want to see in the booth. Not what you're going to want to see for the people below that I just knocked the spider down onto. Resuming play. Runners first and second. 2 away. Florence on top 1-0 here in the 6th. Pickoff attempt over to second. Nothing going. That gives some time for that reliever to warm up. Turner just trying to go 6 strong. 5 2/3 right now, allowing just 1 run. Richardson trying to get his first hit of the day. Punches one down the left field line. Foul. Oh, and 1. A pop out to first and a ground out to second today for the face of the Florence Yells. That one misses downstairs. 1-1. The runners in scoring position this year. Richardson hitting .319, 22 RBIs. Among the team highs. 1-1 pitch. Slider catches the top of the zone. 2 outs this year. Richardson hitting .396 with 12 RBIs. That is third on the team behind Broussard, who's hitting .423, and Blomquist with .405. Wow. 1-2. Ooh, high and inside at the face there 2-2 the count. The Alls use some aggressive base running. Brett Blomquist was banged out at the plate on a ground out to second. Trying to squeak one by the Joliet defense. It did not work. Look at second. 2-2 to Richardson. This is outside. Good eye. Makes this a full count. Richardson very excited for his first All-Star selection. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouls it away and stays alive. Able to spoil off that off speed. Entering today, Richardson, 6 home runs, 34 runs scored, and 31 RBIs. 339 average. It's good for second on the team high. Full count. Payoff pitch from Turner. Misses downstairs. His third walk of the inning will load the bases for Florence and bring Jackson Tucker to the plate. But he will not face Turner. Mike Pinto, the manager for Joliet, coming out and making a call to the bullpen. A new righty coming in for the Slammers, Jackson Tucker. See a new wing when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Welcome back to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Florence with a big opportunity here. Joliet heads to the bullpen with the bases loaded and 2 away, top of the 6th. Y'alls with a 1-0 lead. Ben Catrambone, the right-handed pitcher, is now in for Eric Turner. Catrambone, 19 appearances this season, 4.01 ERA, a 2-0 record. 24 2/3 innings pitched, 13 walks to 20 Ks, a 7.3 K per 9. The batter is Jackson Tucker. Florence does not have a hit in the inning. They've been walked 3 times, played some aggressive base running, already had a runner banged out at the plate. Need a hit here from Tucker or a walk. Y'all's on top 1-0, looking for insurance. Slider misses out. Eric Turner unable to escape the 5th. 5 2/3, 4 hits right now. Just 1 run, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. An unofficial line for Joliet starter. Broussard on 3rd, Bobo on 2nd, Richardson on 1st. 1-0 in there for a strike. Missed by 2-3 inches. Not even close. Richardson 1 for 2 today, a single and a run scored in the 3rd. Changes the entire at-bat. Should be 2-0. 1-1. Slider punches it down left field. That's going to drop it for a base hit. Broussard will score to stop sign for Bobo at third. RBI single from Tucker. Florence on top 2-0. Nice piece there from Jackson Tucker, an RBI single. Bases will stay loaded with 2 away. Florence able to get one in the inning. They needed that. Now a 2-0 ball game, a little bit of insurance. Ball doesn't lie. Bobo with a good stop sign over there, and Tucker able to spoil off an off speed. Now it bounces in the dirt, swallowed up by the catcher Dahlberg, able to keep that in front. 2-0 Yalls. Still a big time opportunity. Baker has been on base twice. Hit by pitch at a single. He's up with a big spot. Can Florence add? Richardson out on second. I don't want to say a single scores 2. 1-0. Upstairs, no good. Chase Hopewell has been warming up a long time. Now off the mound, looks like he's doing some plyo balls. Getting ready. 2-0. This is downstairs, 3-0 the count. I think it's a bat glued to the shoulder moment here for Baker. I don't know if he would have a 3-0 green light. Catcher Bone from the stretch. 3-0 pitch. Misses upstairs. An RBI walk from Dylan Baker, his 3rd time on base. Bobo comes in to score. It's now 3-0 Yalls. Bases stay loaded. Both of these runs charged to Turner. His last one that he's on tap for is Richardson at third. Zach Beadle. Flied out to center twice. 0 for 2 today. Now lefty warming up for Joliet. First pitch to Beadle misses upstairs. Catcher Bone only 13 walks across 24 innings. And look at this. The 3rd meeting of the inning. Pitching coach now going out. Try and give that lefty some time. I think they're starting to lose some of the Joliet fans. They just want to see the baseball be played. It's been a lot of pauses here in the 6th. You've had 3 meetings plus a pitching change where you had to wait for them to get warmed up. I guess another thing of note, Marcus Brodell just switched for Milo Rushford as the first base coach. Don't know what that would mean, why they made that choice. Rushford is going to lace up here. Just watching that in the dugout. 1-0 to Beadle. It's in there for strike 1 and 1. So resuming play here. I don't know who he would come in for. Shaney Feltz grabbed a bat on deck. One misses outside 2-1. 2-1. Misses outside 3-1. We'll tell you who I don't see in the dugout. It's the captain, Hank Zeisler. So it'd be a big move change, if that is an injury to Zeisler of some sorts. 3-1, misses way outside. 5-pitch walk that brings home another run. All three Catcher and Bone inherits from Turner, come home to score. Florence is on top 4-0. Bases stay loaded. An RBI single and 2 walks back to back. And so this is it. Catcher and Bone. It's actually going to be Rushford hitting for Schoenfeld. Interesting. Schoenfeld definitely was, bat swinging on deck. Florence will bring in Rushford. As a pinch hitter. Schoenfeld's night is done. The repercussion of that will be Rushford over to left and Tucker into center on the other side of the ball. And look at this. Mike Pinto. Wouldn't have mattered, but now he's coming out and making a change to the bullpen, bringing in the lefty they had warmed up. Either way, it would have been a lefty. And no matter who you had on the bench, it was Brodell a lefty, Rushford a lefty, and Harbison would have been your catcher. Right-handed bat, but you're not going to bring in the catcher in this spot. So another pitching change. Catcher and Bone cannot get an out. He's on tap for all 3 on base. We'll head it to another break. Florence on top 4-0 when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Back here in the top half of the 6th inning. This one has been a long inning. Florence now on top 4-0. They've worked an RBI single, an RBI walk, and an RBI walk. Staying with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Jack Pottinger will be the new pitcher. A lefty-lefty battle as Rushford comes in to pinch hit for Schoenfeld. Bases loaded. This is the 9th sense of the plate for Florence. Either way, they've brought home some big-time insurance. Now up 4-0. First pitch is in there for a strike breaking across the plate. In a very short sample size, Milo Rushford is hitting .250 with the bases loaded. That's just 1 for 4. Picked up 3 RBIs. So cleared the bases in that one hit. Pottinger this season, 12 appearances, 10 1/3 innings pitched, 4.35 ERA. That's 8 Ks, 11 walks in this lefty-lefty battle. Tucker at third, Baker at second, Beadle at first. 0-1 to Rushford. Again, same spot, hitting the outer half. This time actually off the plate, but fastball breaking across. 0-2 to Rushford now. Pinch hitting, one of the hardest things in sports, to be cold for a long time. Jackson Tucker breaking for home plate, and he steals home. How about that? Tucker steals home plate. It's 5-0 Florence. His second stolen base of the day, 19th on the season, and the first time I've ever seen anyone steal home in my broadcasting career. A clean steal of home. Breaking with the pitcher on the mound in the stretch. The lefty wasn't looking at him, and he's able to get it. Wow. Tucker doing it all today. RBI single earlier in the inning. It's 5-0. Runners move to second and third. 0-2 to Rushford, misses outside. Wow. You looking for something to wake up an offense? How about a play like that? Stealing home. And not many of these, RBIs here are. Obviously it's RBI walks. 1-2. Hard hit up the middle, off of the glove. Over to the shortstop, Battapaglia. Throw on to first is in time. That was 96 off the bat. Pitcher able to knock it down. Gives Battapaglia an easier opportunity to put away Rushford. Florence strands 2 in scoring position, but bring 4 across in the 6th. It's 5-0 Y'alls as we head to the bottom half. Chase Hopewell is the new pitcher when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Lee's famous recipe chicken pitching change with a new wing coming into the game. You could pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's famous recipe chicken, always fresh, never frozen. Chase Hopewell is the new wing in for Florence. Yannick Villalobos' night is done. Terrific start from the southpaw. Villalobos gives you 5 shutout innings, just 4 hits, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. And a great start for Florence. Gives way to Hopewell in the 6th. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Florence scores 4 in their half of the 6th. Only 1 hit. It was 5 walks. And we'll take every bit of it. Plus a stolen base of home from Jackson Tucker, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around. Swing and a miss there. 1-2. Chase Hopewell pitching against his former ball club. Hopewell on the season. 2-4-1 with that save. 9.55 ERA. 21 2/3 innings pitched with 23 Ks. Acquired in a trade over the offseason with the Slammers. Hopewell and Cafton for Armani Smith. The 1-2 misses outside and all the way to the backstop. Hopewell, the 2-2. Check swing, top of the zone, all the way to the backstop. Oh, my. That's ugly. They're going to say it hit him. The umpire did not call that until the player tried to say something. That is not going to make Toby Hall happy, who's already out there. That is really bad. Miguel De La Cruz had nothing. And then the player argues his case and points him down to first base. No review, no talk with the rest of the crew or anything. Almost impossible to happen. He got overturned at the plate by a player as a crew chief. Oi. A hit by pitch there will put a runner on first to start the inning. I don't know how that happens. Jackson Valera is the batter. He's 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. First pitch misses downstairs and swallowed up by Beetle. Toby Hall's going to go talk to Chase Hopewell, try and calm him down. Had 2 strikes there. I still don't think he lost that batter. I don't think it hit the hand.
Were they on a break or were they not on a break? Let's pick your side. Ross and Rachel, let's hear it. Who thinks they were on a break? Who thinks they were not on a break? Hear that? You're wrong. They were on a break.
Meeting is done. 1-0 count to Valera. I think that was another good opportunity for Hall maybe to say something else to De La Cruz. 1-0 is in there for a strike. Yep. So that was unconfirmed the first time around, whether Valera was still that, same player that's just going to wait until he gets the strike. Because Villalobos had started him off with first pitch strikes in both at-bats. That one was clear. Just didn't move. Now it's a 1-1 count. Hopewell to stretch. The 1-1 pitch fouls it away. I wonder if you can overturn that into saying, no, I did not touch it. This is like Jedi mind tricks. That was not the pitch you were looking for. That ball hit me. Oh, yeah, go on to first. 1-2. Hard hit through the right side of the infield. Into right field. Third hit of the day for Valera. I believe he's got 2 strikes in all of these hits as well. Florence unable to put him away. First and second with nobody out. Peyton Carr is the batter. 7-8-9. Florence, nobody warming up now. Hopewell with some traffic on the base paths. That one's fouled away. Hopewell's last time out. Inning pitch, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk. It was a home run from Washington. His 5th home run allowed this season. Peyton Carr with a .242 average. Runners first and second, nobody out. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Nice off speed there from Hopewell. We've seen in his recent outings going to more off speeds than just trying to blow it by them with the fastball. I want to say it's led to a little bit more accuracy. Obviously, the 9.55 ERA is, still extremely high. The highest by actually any Y'all's pitcher right now. 0-2. At off speed, beautifully placed, lower outside corner, not called. 1-2 the count. One, two. Pops it up in the infield, right side. Zeisler is over at first. Infield fly not called. The runners first and second, and now a late call for out number 1. Brings up Caden Morton, who's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Florence will start to warm up Jet Lotus in the bullpen. Chase Hopewell, Aiden McAvoy, and Max Whitesell are the lone relievers from the opening day roster still on this team. Just 3 relievers remain. First pitch. Off speed in there for a strike. Isaac Milburn, now in the bullpen right now. I don't want to say that he's permanently in the bullpen. Guess we'll get more clarification on that after the All-Star break if he obviously draws a start. But right now, with just the limited games left, Florence will send him to the bullpen so he can still get some work. See how they use him probably tomorrow. 0-1, misses inside. That was his scheduled start, would be for tomorrow. I'm going to assume they use him in tandem with someone, whether it's Blowers or Gerard. 2 new pitchers coming in for Florence. Hopewell's 1-1. That one's skied, shallow center field. In comes Tucker. Makes the grab for out number 2. Good bounce back here from Hopewell. That is Tucker out in center. Rushford moves over to left. Bobo in right, Broussard at third, Baker at short, Blomquist at second, Zeisler at first. Beadle still doing the catching. It's Ivan Dahlberg. He's reached base twice today, a walk and a single. Big time spot for the newcomer for Joliet. Runners first and second, and 2 away. Florence with a 5-0 lead. Lotus going to slow down in the bullpen now. Fastball in there for a strike. Hopewell dots it up in there. 90 miles per hour. That's a few ticks lower than what he can amp it up to. But he fires it in for a strike. Look at second. The 0-1. Cranks it out towards center field. It's going to send Tucker way back. Still going to the warning track. He makes the grab to end the inning. Right in front of the warning track, Tucker makes the grab and gives a souvenir to a fan out in center. Chase Hopewell battens down and strands runners first and second. A scoreless frame in the 6th. Heading to the 7th. Y'all's on top 5-0 when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top of the 7th inning here at Slammer Stadium. Brett Blomquist will lead things off. Florence sent 9 to the plate in the 6th. Did not hit a round, but Blomquist did start it with a walk. 5-0 Y'all's lead. First pitch in there for a strike. Blomquist showed bunt and pulls back. It's in there. The Y'alls didn't have to do much in the 6th. It was 5 walks, just 1 hit for Florence. They were really helped out by the Slammers pitching. 0-1 ground ball over to the second baseman. Gloves it, throw on to first. Is in time. That's the first time Blomquist has been retired. 4-3 on the put away. Brings up the captain, Hank Zeisler. Lefty still on the mound in Pottinger. Middle of the rubber from the stretch. First pitch to Zeisler's in there for a strike. Zeisler 0 for 3 today. It's going to continue a skid for the captain. Did not get a hit last series against Washington. 0-1 misses outside. Zeisler was 0 for 11 with an RBI, 4 Ks, and a walk against Washington. It was him and Dylan Baker with multiple starts and not getting a hit. Baker went 0 for 8 with a K. Baker with a hit already today. Zeisler trying to join him and break that streak. 1-1, punches it right in front of the mound. Pottinger will throw it onto first, bounces it, but still in time. 1-3 on the put away of Zeisler for out number 2. Brings up Garrett Broussard. So Florence 5 hits is actually tied with the Slammers. Again, doing a lot of work on the walks. 5 walks in the inning, 2 of them RBI walks. Then obviously a stolen base of home for Jackson Tucker. Still amazing. That one's a ground ball, 1 hopper over towards the third baseman. Quick release on to first is in time. And a very easy 1-2-3 frame. Under 10 pitches for Pottinger. We head it to the stretch time here at Slammer Stadium when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
It's time for America's most unifying tradition. Let's all stand up and sing a song together. Let me hear you, everybody. We out to the ball game. We out to the crowd. I need some peanuts and cracker jams. I don't care if I ever get that for two. Root for the farmers. It's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Yeah, let's go Slammer! Hey, we're Slammers! I've been looking for this for like a month. Oh my God! Oh my God! Hey, how you doing? Good. Long time no see. Yeah. Like sweater. Oh, right back at you. That's crazy about Rachel. Yeah. She's one crazy lady. So whose is it? I never seen it any of them. Read your own lady. See you later. She's so sweet. And we're back to baseball. Now batting for the Slammers.
Stretch time is always brought to you by the Stretch Lab.
Number
Their team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you can ever achieve on your own. Visit stretchlab.com to find a location near you today. Chase Hopewell is going to stay out there for the 7th. Had a rocky start to the first. What they called a hit by pitch and then a single. Put runners first and second with nobody out. He bounced back, retired the next 3. It's the top of the order now. Battipaglia, Ward, and Cerny. Florence with a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the 7th. That one's in there for a strike. Let's get to our This Day in Baseball History, always brought to you by Furniture Fair. Style, comfort, value. That's the Furniture Fair promise. Visit your local showroom or shop online at furniturefair.net. Lotus will stay warming up for Florence. Hopewell delivers the 0-1. Misses outside. Nice pitch. Just beneath the zone. So this day in baseball history, hopping in the time machine, going back and looking at July 10th, all years of baseball history. That one's in there for a strike. Let's go to 1920. This one's got a little relevance today as well. 1-2. Bounces in the dirt. 1920, after banging out 11 straight hits, Tris Speaker is stopped by Tom Zachary of Washington. It's the record until Pinky Higgins of the Red Sox racks up 12 in a row in 1938. And that was just broken by a player on the Royals who had 12 hits in a row, and he stopped there as well. Believe that the record has been broken since, but still 12 hits in a row for a rookie is amazing. Swing and a miss, top of the zone. First K of the day for Chase Hopewell. Big-time strikeout out of Battipaglia. Brings up Patrick Ward. Bottom of the 7th, Florence on top 5-0. Ward 0 for 3 today with 2 Ks. Middle of the rubber, wind from Hopewell. Off speed, misses upstairs. 1932, July 10th of 1932. To save train fare for the single date appearance, Connie Mack takes along just 2 A's pitchers to Cleveland. Lou Krause, the A's starting pitcher, gives up 4 hits in the first inning, and his replacement, Eddie Rommel, pitches 17 innings in relief, giving up 29 hits, a record, but wins 18-17. Cleveland's Johnny Burnett sets a major league record by collecting 9 hits and 11 at-bats, while the A's' Jimmy Fox strokes 6 hits, including 3 home runs for a record-tying 16 total bases. 1-1. What a game. This date in 1932. Back then, you know, when everyone's taking, you know, trains to these games, saving money, which is a very athletics thing, only taking 2 pitchers, and one of them just flaming out in the first, leaving the other one to cover the rest of the game, ends up going extra as he tosses 17 innings in relief. My goodness. A record 29 hits. Wow. And still getting the win. How about that? What a wild game. (3-1) misses outside. A 5-pitch walk to Ward. Put a 1-out runner aboard. Tyler Cerny will step in.
Now batting for the Slammers, second baseman number 12, Tyler.
1936, Philadelphia's Chuck Klein hits 4 home runs in 5 at-bats. 10-inning game at Forbes Field. His final home run beat the Pirates 9-6, so a walk-off there. Sorry, not a walk-off, obviously, on the road. Go-ahead 10th inning blast from Chuck Klein. Check swing there from Tyler Cerny. 0 for 2 with a walk. 1945, the All-Star game at Fenway Park was canceled due to travel restrictions enforced by World War II. 0-1. Ooh. This is just a bit upstairs. We're in the point right now where it's a lot of all-star game stuff. Some of it's interesting, some of it's not. sometimes, just the players involved in the All-Star game are always cool. 1956, Ken Boyer of the Cardinals makes 3 sparkling plays at third and gets 3 hits as the NL defeats the AL 7-3. Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, Stan Musial, all homer. Mays' pinch hit two-run homer off Whitey Ford as a 7th straight hit against the Yankees lefty. Amazing. All those names. 1-1, grounder, third base side and foul. 1-2. It's 1968. The National League announces it'll break into 2 divisions for 1969. Eastern Division, New York, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Montreal, Chicago, and St. Louis. There's a call and strike 3. Top of the zone. Off speed there from Hopewell. Now Toby Hall's going to come out. And he's going to go to the bullpen. Hopewell picks up 2 Ks and a walk in this outing. Florence wants to get Jet Lotus in. It's Blake Berry stepping up to the plate. We'll have Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
As promised, we got the rest of our groups meeting outside that I mentioned before, including Jody Dennison. We have the Joliet Noon Lions Club with us. Joliet Rivals Club. Luke Slot. Milner Media. Notre Dame Club of Joliet. Jim Potter. Profit. Our partners, Rock Run Collection. Check out their offerings online. St. Denis. School of Rock Plainfield. Synergy Dance. They did a pregame performance and they were fantastic. Southwest Synergy Dance. Again, thank you to all of our groups in attendance.
Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change with the new wing coming into the game. You can pick up the best wings of the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, always fresh, never frozen. Jet Lotus in for Chase Hopewell. Hopewell, unofficial line, on tap for the runner at first. Inning in 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, a walk and 2 Ks. Did have a hit by pitch as well. Shocked Florence, had to make the move here. I guess they just didn't want Lotus warming up for another inning. But they will bring him in. Face Blake Berry, who's 0 for 3 tonight with 2 ground outs to second. Off-speed misses outside from Lotus. 85, still talking this date in baseball history. Mentioned Chuck Klein, his 4 home runs and 5 at-bats. Apparently he was close to hitting a 5th. What a game that would have been. A couple all-star appearances as well. That one skied out towards right field. Well hit. Bobo at the warning track. He leaps and keeps that one in the ballpark. Air Brendan Bobo. Tip of the cap. Takes away a big-time hit from Blake Berry. We head to the top of the 8th. It's 5-0 Florence when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Take another look while you're at it on that replay.
Well, we got more baseball on the way. And folks, let's play a game together. Let's turn around and we got Harris Joliet dice roll up. Let's have some fun together. We got Oliver up there playing, and we're going to need all of your help to get those dice down to me and we need the purple dice
Top of the 8th, it's 5-0 Florence. Brendan Bobo will dig in. Still a lefty on the mound, Jack Pottinger. Bobo, a walk his last time up, came in to score in the 6th. Go figure, everyone walked in the 6th, pretty much. 5 walks in the inning for Florence. That 4-run 6 fueled their 5-0 lead. I think the last this day in baseball history I want to talk to before, we close the book on that. 1982. We were just talking about grand slams in a season. 1-0. This is outside. How about grand slams in a week? Rangers slugger Larry Parrish hits his 3rd grand slam of the week in a 6-5 win over the Tigers, tying the major league record set by Detroit's Jim Northrup in 1968. Parrish also hit grand slams July 4th against Oakland and July 7th against Boston. My word, it's just amazing. 3 grand slams in a week. We were talking about Yordan Alvarez already with 3 in the season. Larry Parrish with 3 in 1 week in 1982. 2-1, check swing, goes all the way around 2-2. Yeah, that'll do it for this day in baseball history. Always brought to you by Furniture Fair. Style, comfort, value. It's the Furniture Fair promise. Go visit a local showroom near you today. I still want to see that Brendan Bobo catch again. Waiting for that to populate on our highlight clipper. Righty warming up for Joliet. They'll stick with the lefty here for the lefty-lefty matchup against Bobo. Top of the 8th. Payoff. Called strike 3 on the inner half. That one did connect. The inner corner. He has made quick work of Florence. Seen 5, put down 5. Couple groundouts, that's his first K, but Mike Pinto will make a move to the bullpen, bring in a righty to face Richardson. Another pitching change here at Slammers Stadium. We'll have the new wing when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Back here in the top half of the 8th inning. Ben Buring is in. Right-handed pitcher, filling in for Jack Pottinger. 0-1, misses upstairs all the way to the backstop. Zade Richardson at the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. There's one away with the bases empty. From the stretch, the 2-1. Misses downstairs. That one misses outside. Zade Richardson gets his second walk of the day. Did you guys ever hear another voice that wasn't mine on HTN? Someone told me that they were actually connected to our feed somehow. Jackson Tucker, big swing and a miss there. Tucker is 2 for 3 today. 2 runs scored plus an RBI single back in the 6th inning. He was the only hit of the 6th. Oh, 1 misses downstairs. Gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Richardson to advance. Florence on top 5-0 in the top of the 8th. Another lefty warming up for the Slammers. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Trying to get the tarps off trend working here. They have a couple of youngsters and then an older man who just took his shirt off. There's a ground ball, base hit up the middle from Jackson Tucker. His 3rd hit of the day and 2nd 3-hit game in a row. Tucker is on fire at the plate. Dylan Baker at the plate. Runners 1st and 2nd and 1 away. Florence looking for insurance. First pitch to him, misses downstairs. Pottinger was an inning and 2/3 with a K. Didn't allow a runner on base. No hits, no runs, no walks. Still Joliet wanted to go to the righty. Immediately walks a batter and gives up a single. 1-0, missing inside, 2-0. 2-0. Fastball connects on the outer half, in there for a strike. 3-1 the count to Baker. Straight up defense for Joliet. 3-1 pitch. Misses upstairs. A 5-pitch walk. That'll load the bases. Mike Pinto again going to walk out here, and they'll head to another reliever. Just 3 batters faced for Buring. 2 walks and a single. Pinto will grab the ball and make another pitching change when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Back here in the top of the 8th inning, 5-0. Florence leads. Zach Beadle with the bases loaded and just 1 away. An RBI walk the last time he had the bases loaded. That was in the 6th when Florence had 5 walks in the inning. Ben Buring comes in again. You know, it's another reliever for Joliet that does not register an out. Gives up a hit and 2 walks with no Ks. He's on tap for all 3 runners on base. The lefty in for Joliet will be number 32. That one's scooped up by Dahlberg behind home plate. Number 32, Jake Carroll. Now they're going to go talk and figure out the pitching here. Might have been a cross-up on signs. Jake Carroll, the former Washington Wild thing last year, 14 games, a 6.3 ERA across 20 innings, 13 Ks to 11 walks. This season with Joliet, 1-1 record, 17 appearances, 6.23 ERA, 21 2/3 innings pitched, 23 Ks to 13 walks. 2-0 Beadle. Fastball sneaks in there on the top of the zone. 2-1. 1 away. Middle infield is shaded up the middle. 2-1. Misses downstairs. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Florence 26 and 26. First time working into the seventh with a lead, in a while. Working past the seventh with a lead in a little bit. I mean, didn't have it at all in that 3-game series against Washington. In Mississippi, that one's blooped down the right field line. Out goes Barry. He makes the grab. Definitely deep enough for Richardson to tag on the sacrifice fly. The throw comes in. It's way late. Sacrifice fly there from Beadle makes this a 6-0 Y'all's lead. Jackson Tucker moves from second to third as well. Runners at the corners. Tucker at third, Baker at first, and Milo Rushford stepping up to the plate with the lefty on the mound. Now makes this a lefty-lefty battle. 6 hits for the Y'alls, 5 for Joliet. And Florence really helped by the walks in this ball game. Stephen Gregg is calling for a grand slam. That was obviously with the bases loaded. Can't get one now. That one misses outside. Most walks drawn in a single game was 9 back on May 12th. I don't know if we're going to get that tonight. We might. That one's in there. Florence currently at 7. 1-1 the count. May 12th is early on in the season. 6-0 Y'alls. Rushford with a runner in scoring position. Second plate appearance today. 1-1, swing and a miss. Came on as a pinch hitter for Schoenfeld in the 6th. Grounded out too short. It's actually a hard hit ball that glanced off the pitcher's glove and made it an easy ground out. I think it was like 96 off the bat if I remember. And probably would have been a line drive if he didn't knock it down. It's the way baseball goes sometimes. Runner takes off at first. They got him caught. Now breaking for Holmes. Tucker, tag applied, is in time. Tucker is pleading his case at home plate. I think the throw definitely beat him. He was just saying that he might have got around. That will end the inning. Tucker out at the plate. Florence on top 6-0. It'll still be Rushford when we return in the 9th. Heading to the bottom of the 8th. Don't go anymore. Florence Y'alls baseball coming up. Bottom of the 8th. here at Slammers Stadium. First pitch fouled away. Jackson Beeman, Jackson Valera, and Peyton Carr due up for Joliet. That is the 4th time that Beeman has started off an inning. Jet Lotus on the mound. 0-1. That one skied out towards left field, right at Rushford, who makes the grab. Hit on the screws there from Beeman, but Rushford able to take that one away. Fly out to left field for out number 1. That'll bring up Jackson Valera, who's 3 for 3 today. Has gotten to 2 strikes in every single at-bat, and has still found his way on base. Let's see what Jet Lotus has for him. In the meantime, this will call for our Rip That Pack segment. Bottom of the 8th here. First pitch in there for a strike. 3rd time Valera has also seen a first pitch strike. Oh, 1 hard hit right over it to Garrett Broussard at the hot corner. Some really good defense from Florence today. That one's another one hit extremely hard. 95 off the bat. Out number 2. We'll have to go through one quickly here. Peyton Carr 0 for 3 today. Out digs in. Going back to the Donruss 2026. Just a pack a day here. Rip that pack. First pitch. Misses inside at 79. 1-0 is the count. That one misses out. Took me a second to open this pack. All right, the Donruss, we went back to it just because we ended up getting a Reggie Jackson numbered card on the very last pack of it. 2-0, slider, misses just downstairs. 24.50 on the spin rate there from the slider from Lotus. Starting off with Cam Schlittler and the all-star season he's had for the Yankees. Frank Chance, Chicago first baseman. Jacob Wilson, shortstop. Paul Skeens, always good to get a Paul Skeens card. It's one of the things I love about Donruss. They always put Deion Sanders in the Cincinnati Reds uniform. You pick him up there. Couple inserts here. Ground ball over towards the shortstop. Dylan Baker will make the grab and throw on to first. To end the inning, a 1-2-3 frame from Jet Lotus. Florence, 6-0 lead. We head to the 9th. Looking for insurance and just trying to put this one in the books when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Milo Rushford will dig back in. He was at the plate when the 8th ended. It was actually a pickoff attempt of Baker at first. They had him caught between first and second. Jackson Tucker tried to take advantage and break for home. It's a nice little play there that almost worked out for Florence. You know, if they try and get Baker before, you know, if they try and get Baker and Tucker scores before they can get him out, that's a run. And you had 2 strikes on Rushford, so you give him a new at-bat. He's down 0-1 right now, a lefty-lefty battle. Swing and a miss. Now he's down 0-2. So, you know, it is a clean at-bat, but not much changed. Still opening this pack of Donruss. Didn't get much. Trey Savage, rated rookie. Got Tony Lazzari, Carlton Fisk, Pat Murphy, manager for the Brewers. Got 2 rated prospects. It was Liam Doyle, St. Louis, and Mike Sirota. Doyle used to pitch with Tennessee. University of Tennessee there. We did get some good inserts. Picked up a Jacob Mizorowski optic insert. Then an optic black of the future Hall of Famer Miguel Cabrera. 1-2 fouls it away. Johnny Farmello on the red and blue, and then the rocket for Christian Moore. None of those numbered, but anytime you pull Mizorowski right now, the guy is just, you know, red hot. Him and Sanchez trying to get the NL Cy Young spot under wraps. Probably belongs to Mizorowski halfway through the season, especially after a blow-up outing from Sanchez his last time out there. But maybe they can make things interesting down the stretch. Nothing there in the Donruss pack, but always cool just to talk about these players. That's what Rip That Pack is about. We're breaking the action to talk about some Major League players. 2-2 the count to Rushford. Kick the pitch from Carroll. Grounds it, slow roller over towards the third baseman. Fielded on the back end. Quick release on to first is in time. 5-3 on the put away. That had to be a rope to retire the speedy Rushford. 1 away in the 9th. Brings up Brett Blomquist. 2 for 3 today with a walk, an RBI double in the 3rd. First pitch, off speed in there for a strike. Florence will warm up Max Whitesell in the bullpen. Have him close down the 9th inning, hopefully. 6-run lead for the Yalls. All-Star second baseman, starting second baseman. Brett Blomquist swings and misses, 0-2. Off speed downstairs, 1-2. Let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, always presented by Thornbush Whiskey and powered by iScore. Thornbush is a new frontier in the world of whiskey. It's bold, smooth, and wildly unexpected. Come try the new official cocktail of the Florence Yalls at Thomas More Stadium. I'm sure plenty Thornbush whiskey will be drunk during the All-Star game. Drunk, one's fouled away. So the out-of-town scoreboard presented by Thornbush, powered by iScore. Heading over to the top of the 9th. Look at this game. Sussex County on top of the Otters, 17-6. 14 hits compared to 8 for Evansville. That's top of the 9th. That's a big one for Florence. Maybe make some ground up in the standings if they're able to close it out tonight. Another big game if you're scoreboard watching now. Florence, just clinging to a playoff spot. 1-2 swing and a miss. Blomquist down on strikes. First K of the day for Carroll. That brings up Hank Zeisler, who's 0 for 4, trying to get his first hit in his last 4 games. Lefty-lefty battle. Gateway at Schaumburg. Gateway with an 8-3 lead in the top of the 9th. They just added 2 more in the 9th. Schaumburg with a short lead over Gateway in the Midwest West Division. whenever they could beat up on each other, it's, should be good for Florence. New York got down east, the Boulders in first place of their division in the Atlantic Conference. 5-1 lead over the Bird Dogs. Fastball in there for a strike, top of the 8th. Mississippi lost to Windy City. 16-4, the final there at Ozinga Field. Big 7-run 5th inning for the Bolts. As Zeisler punches one out towards right center field, that drops in for a base hit. Zeisler's first hit of the day, he's 1 for 5, and that's another one towards history. Now 7 away from tying the franchise all-time hit record. That'll bring up Garrett Broussard, who's 0 for 4 with a run scored in the 6th. 7 away. You got 3 more games. You got 2 tomorrow and a doubleheader, plus a game on Sunday. Four would make things interesting, right? I mean, if you get 4 more hits, you're going to be 3 away heading into the All-Star game. Three away from tying, 4 from breaking. We want him to break it in front of his parents next week at Thomas More Stadium. Any hit during the All-Star game, obviously not going to count. 1-0 ground ball right side over towards the second baseman. Throw on to first is in time. 4-3 on the put away. Hank Zeisler gets a hit, but other than that, Florence down quickly in the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Max Whitesell trying to close out a 6-0 lead when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom of the 9th, Florence on top 6-0, trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Max Whitesell is in to close this one out with a 6-run lead to protect. Whitesell in for Lotus. Lotus goes an inning and a third. No hits, no runs, no walks, and no Ks. 4 up, 4 down for the Y'all's right-handed reliever. Switching things over to Whitesell. 8-9 top due up for the Slammers. Morton, Dahlberg, and Battapaglia. Florence with a 5-0 lead, straight-up defense to open up the bottom of the 9th. 7 hits for Florence, 5 for the Slammers. That one's punched out towards shallow center field, a leadoff runner aboard. 6th hit of the day for Joliet. That's how the 9th inning starts. Florence has not had many games where they've kind of been in this middle ground. It's 6 runs. That's still, not put away in the game. Obviously, it's, an offense can come back from that. And they've had to rely on someone other than Nathan McAvoy to end the ball game. Max Whitesell, who actually ended the season last year as the closer for Florence. I've mentioned before, Florence in their years with me as the broadcaster, have never had a real true closer like they have in McAvoy. McAvoy's 12 saves this season doubles any reliever I've seen for Florence in my 2 years. I believe the most I saw was 6 from a single reliever throughout a season. First pitch, ground ball right side. Diving stop from Zeisler. Throw on to second. Just scooped up there from Baker. They'll just get one. Nice play from Baker to keep that in front. They get the lead runner. Fielder's choice, 3-6. Brings up Ian Battipaglia, runner on first and 1 out for the All-Star starting shortstop, Battipaglia. 307 average, 25 RBIs, 4 homers. Finish up our iScore scoreboard. Trois-Rivières beat Quebec 8-5. Ottawa took down Tri-City 4-2. Off speed in there for a strike. Brockton defeated New Jersey 5-4. And Washington was rained out. Boomers have scored 2 in the 9th. It's 8-5 Gateway in the bottom of the 9th. Trying to close that out. 0-1. Hard hit into right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Second hit of the inning. Runners first and second with 1 away. That'll tie up the hit column. 7 hits for both ball clubs. Florence just received a lot more walks. Patrick Ward, the righty, 0 for 3 with a walk. It's last time up. First pitch runs upstairs. Max Whitesell trying to figure things out. Want to know the count. A look at second. 1-0 pitch misses outside. Toby Hall's going to come talk to him, try and settle him down. Again, it's not a situation where this one's out of reach. Whitesell enters on a 3 1/3 scoreless streak. Last time out was 2 1/3 against Washington. No hits, no runs, a walk, and no Ks. So far this season, 32 2/3 innings pitched. 31 hits, 19 runs, 18 of them earned, 17 walks to 28 Ks. Joliet trying to start a 9th inning rally. (2-0). Fouls it away, 2-1. It's 87 there. Florence has done a very good job quieting the meat of the order. Aside from Battipaglia, who's been on 3 times with 2 hits. 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's fouled away. 2, 3, 4, and 5 have been held hitless for Joliet. Couple of walks and a hit by pitch. They've also accounted for 5 Ks. Yeah, 2 through 5 is 0 for 13. With 5 Ks in today's ballgame. 2-2 all the way to the backstop. A full count. Runners move to second and third. Florence might have to warm someone up. It's not an easy situation here. If you walk up, the bases loaded. Just one away, and Tyler Cerny awaiting on deck. Whitesell trying to fight. His payoff pitch fouls it away. We'll do it again. Ward, just 10 RBIs this season in the 3 spot, or the 2 spot for Joliet. Payoff, fouls it again. Whitesell, the Wright State alum, Dayton native, in his 2nd season with Florence. Whitesell's payoff pitch. Fastball touches every bit of the zone and is not called. That's in there for a strike. Needs to be called every day of the week. Twice on Sundays. Oi, 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 oi. De La Cruz called one 2 inches off the plate on the outer half. That one's directly in there to load the bases. One away. Bases loaded for Cerny. First pitch runs inside and hits him. 6-1 ball game. Bases will stay loaded. And this is when it gets unbearable to listen to the PA. Been held in check. Florence gonna quickly warm up their closer. So they're actually gonna warm up Logan Jones. Bases loaded. First pitch in there for a strike. That's crucial there for Whitesell. Two hits in the inning, a walk and a hit by pitch. Put runners on base. Blake Berry's last at bat sent one deep to right field. Brendan Bobo robbed him of a home run to end the 7th. He's 0 for 4 today. 1-1 count on him. Whitesell. Closed off stance in the stretch, the 1-1 way outside. Command just not there right now. Interested in Florence going to Jones. Just seems like another step to try and not go to McAvoy. Two 2-1. Sing inside. 3-1. Zach Beadle's going to go try and calm him down. See if this works. 3-1. Bases loaded. Just one out. The pitch from Whitesell. Dials it in there for a strike. I won't tell you where that one hit. Ten homers on the season for Blake Berry. Leads the team. Payoff. This is outside. RBI walk brings the tying run to the plate. Can you believe that? Florence has not blown a lead this big in the 9th inning all season. Toby Hall has seen enough. He's going to send it to Logan Jones. Let's see if he has anything for us when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN.
Number one, could you please sing the opening to I Want It That Way?
Really? Okay. You are my fire,
Number two, keep going.
the one desire.
Number three,
Believe when I say
number four,
I want it that way.
tell me why,
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Now number five, I never wanna hear you say,
I want it that way. Well, 22nd Boy Band Night. Be there for it. Now pitching for Florence, number 15, Logan Jones.
Bottom of the 9th. Florence back against the wall. It's Elise Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change. The new wing will be Logan Jones in for Whitesell. Whitesell, hopefully better days ahead. A third of an inning, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 runs already. He's on tap for everybody on base. No Ks. Toby Hall speaking with the umpire. About something. Seen something like this before. He must have forgot Logan Jones on the card. So now they're going to have to bring in McAvoy. I don't want to assume that it was for getting him on the card, but I don't think Logan Jones is going to be pitching to this ballgame. No, Ada McAvoy is coming in. Maybe it was a double, it's a double switch. Really don't know. Said we had seen it before. To me, it honestly didn't make sense anyway. With the tying run at the plate, this is a save situation here. Normally, you would just go to your closer and Ada McAvoy. Instead, they went to Logan Jones. The only thing I could figure was that Jones looked really good against Joliet his last time here, Went 2 2/3 scoreless without a hit, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. Jones will, I think that's still an outing. Didn't have to throw a pitch, but he's gone from this game. Aiden McAvoy will warm up. So another break here. Florence Yells baseball, controversy in the ninth. 6-2 lead, tying run at the plate. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, y'all's bullpen. This guy's almost ready to play, so what do you guys get ready to go? Ever up at the turn. Now pitching, number 10, Aiden McAvoy.
Let's try this again. Bottom of the ninth. 6-2 Florence. The Lee's famous tries to be chicken pitching change is now Aiden McAvoy. It was Logan Jones. Don't know why he gets taken off the mound before throwing a pitch, but now it's McAvoy. Bases loaded, tying run at the plate, just 1 out. The Y'all's closer is in for his 13th save of the season, hoping to get his 13th save of the season. And the new all-star in Aiden McAvoy against his former team. It'll be familiar territory. McAvoy had to endure a long break his last time here at Slammers Stadium. He was walked off. First pitch misses inside and all the way to the backstop. That's got to be a pass ball on Beetle. That should not have gone by. 6-3, tying run will still be at the plate. Florence unraveling in the ninth. They've blown a 6-run lead already this season. Nothing like it in the ninth. 1-0. Check swing goes all the way around. Florence is 25-2, leading after 8. The 1-2. Fouled away. Jackson Beeman is 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. The man you really got to look out for is Valera, who I would just see Florence walk as long as they still have first base open. Valera was the one that hit the walk-off last time, and he's got 3 hits tonight, plus absolutely pounded a line drive out. McAvoy trying to do the job. 1-2 is the count. From the stretch, the 1-2 misses outside, and Beetle goes diving for it to keep it in front. Two, 1 out. Runners second and third. Bottom of the ninth. Florence with a 3-run lead. 2-2 pitch. Sent down the right field line. Bobo over towards the bullpen. Won't get there. It bounces off the net.
Even late in the game, down the
Drama in the ninth. Florence trying to stay afloat. McAvoy, the 2-2. Misses downstairs. A full count. And now Zach Beadle is injured. Patrick McCormick is going to come talk and take a look at him. Beadle is really hurt, bent over in pain. They're going to get him some water here. Don't know where that hit him. This is another thing, though, that, like, it's obviously unfortunate that Beadle's hurt right now. This is just cooling off Aiden McAvoy. Remember the controversy in the ninth. Beadle's going to walk around here. I think you might just want, you might just want to send it to Harbison. Last time here, remember, the umpires didn't know the Frontier League rules. The automatic runner, they made a 15-minute wait while McAvoy was just standing out there. Had a little bit of rain as well, and he cooled down and obviously led to the Joliet walk-off. McAvoy here again, you know, now having to get back up with a full count and try and fire a strike. At least a minute to 2 minute delay where he didn't throw the ball. From the stretch, payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. McAvoy with some big-time pitching. Picks up a K. There's 2 away. Let's see what Florence does. You have first base open. Toby and Harry talking about it. Valera hit the walk-off last time. To me, it's oh man, you know what? That puts the winning run to the plate. I can understand that. Yeah, I get that. Right now, it's just a tying run at the plate. I'll put the winning run on. I completely get that. So they'll have to face Valera here. That certainly makes sense. Definitely seemed like they talked about it. First pitch, in there for a strike. Again, you're granted a free one against Valera. That's a slider downstairs. He has gone to 2 strikes in all but 1 at bat. And that was the line out to third his last time up. He's got 3 hits today, 2 singles and a double. 0-1. Hard hit over towards the third baseman. It's through the legs of Broussard. 1 run will come in to score. That'll bring home another. It's 6-5 with the tying run in scoring position. That one ate Broussard up and went right through his legs, it looked like, at least from my angle. We got a replay and took the ball in left field. Wow. That should certainly be an E5. Cam Sudo will pinch hit for Peyton Carr. It is a 1-run ball game. I'm in shock. All those runs charged to Max Whitesell. It's going to be a third of an inning with 5 runs coming across. And whether they count that an error or not would determine if they're all earned. Swing and a miss to Cam Sudo. It's an interesting spot for him as well. I believe they also put a new runner out. That's Cam Payton at second as the pinch runner for Valera. That one bounces in the dirt, 0-1. All while HTN says, for some reason, Kyle Booker and Casey Odell. I got no idea what's going on there. Cam Sudo, the batter at the plate, 1-1 the count. Payton, the runner, on second. 1-1. Punched in the infield. Blomquist all over it, makes the grab to end the game. McAvoy survives. No runs against him. He picks up his 13th save of the season. You can exhale. 5 runs come across in the ninth, and Florence almost blows a 6-run lead. McAvoy stops that from happening, gets the final 2 outs, and picks up his 13th save, also protecting the win for Villalobos. Wow. Almost disaster in Joliet. The loss will go to Eric Turner. Florence escapes the 3-game skid and wins 6-5. Oh my. That was unbelievable. Thrill a minute is right. And thankfully it just ends up in the y'all's favor, or else you're talking about an entirely different ball game, an entirely different post-game show here. Florence hopped on the board in the third with an RBI double from Brett Blomquist to score Jackson Tucker. Tucker with a 3-hit day. He came through in the 6th. When the bases were loaded, Blomquist delivered an RBI single to give Florence a 2-0 lead. Then it was all Joliet. An RBI walk and an RBI walk to score Bobo and Richardson. That left Jackson Tucker at third. He stole home, and it made this a 5-0 game. There's fireworks coming up here, so I do have to be quick. A sacrifice fly in the 8th inning from Zach Beadle made it 6-0. 5 runs come across in the 9th for Florence to close out this ballgame. Fireworks at Joliet. Don't want to take over and have popping going on the broadcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in, whether on the Frontier League Network powered by HTN or the Y'all's Radio Network. You're awesome. Appreciate you guys tuning in on Saturday night. Also a quick mention, Florence, their first win on the road on Saturday. They were 0-5 facing opposing teams on Saturday. They are now 1-5. That's also a good thing. Silverline, still not the best, but you finally get a win on the road on Friday. They will do it again tomorrow, a doubleheader starting around 5 o'clock. Stay tuned to Yell Socials for that first pitch. We'll see you next time. I've been Rory Tettemer saying so long from Slammer Stadium, and y'all have a good night.